For the last 3 decades, the mechanics of getting on the voter rolls have been governed by the 1993 National Voter Registration Act, commonly known as Motor Voter. The central ambition of that law was to build a streamlined, high-access pipeline, making it possible for eligible citizens to register when they applied for a driver's license or public assistance. To maintain that speed and scale, the system relies on a severe legal deterrent. When you register, you swear under penalty of perjury that you are a United States citizen. False declarations on this form carry federal criminal charges, prison time, and for non-citizens, immediate deportation. A new piece of legislation, H.R. 22, the SAVE Act, aims to replace that pipeline. Introduced by Representative Chip Roy, the bill establishes a different set of criteria for entering the voter rolls. The SAVE Act eliminates the current honor and penalty system. The law legally forbids states from registering any person for a federal election unless that applicant can physically present documentary proof of United States citizenship. This shifts the philosophy of American voter registration. The process strips away the initial assumption of eligibility. Every applicant is legally presumed ineligible to cast a ballot until they clear the administrative hurdle of physically proving their status. The legislation provides a direct path for those holding a valid U.S. passport or a specific real ID that explicitly denotes citizenship. However, millions of voting-age Americans rely on a standard state driver's license. Because a standard license does not denote citizenship status, handing it to an election official triggers a combo requirement under the bill. As this visual equation shows, a standard license is incomplete on its own. It has to be paired with a second document to satisfy the law. For most, that means tracking down a certified birth certificate. You cannot use a hospital keepsake or a photocopy. Section 2A of the SAVE Act demands strict adherence to a 7-point statutory checklist. The document must bear the official state seal, display the full names of one or both parents, and include the signature of an authorized individual acting on behalf of the state. It must be issued by the exact local unit of government where the applicant was born, and it has to include the precise date the certificate was officially filed. If an existing copy misses a single checkmark, the registration is rejected. The applicant must order a newly certified, compliant version from their birth state, which involves local processing fees and weeks of mailing time. Possessing a state-issued photo ID leaves the applicant short of the legal threshold. The administrative burden sits entirely with the citizen, who must produce a birth record that matches all 7 statutory points. Section 2E1 of the bill introduces a specific set of physical requirements for mail-in voter registration. If you complete a national mail-in registration form, the law prohibits mailing a photocopy of your birth certificate or passport to prove your status. As this map illustrates, mail-in applicants must travel in person. You must physically carry your original documentary proof to the office of the appropriate election official before the local deadline. This physical mandate creates friction for rural voters who live hours from a county seat, the elderly, and citizens lacking reliable transportation. They must solve the logistics of an in-person administrative visit just to file their initial paperwork. But what about edge cases, people who cannot produce these specific documents? The bill includes a process where applicants can submit other evidence. Local election officials then make a subjective determination on whether that person has established their citizenship. The bill places those officials under direct legal risk. It creates a private right of action, allowing private citizens to sue them, and attaches criminal penalties to any official who registers a non-citizen. Facing the risk of personal lawsuits and federal prison time, election administrators are incentivized to reject edge cases. Out of self-preservation, the bureaucracy defaults to rigid exclusion rather than accommodation. This visualization shows the ongoing maintenance phase of the law. States are mandated to continuously cross-reference their official voter rolls against external databases, like the DMV, the Social Security Administration, and Homeland Security's SAVE system. SAVE is an acronym for Systematic Alien Verification for Entitlements, a program designed to check immigration status. If a citizen is flagged by any of these external sources, they are removed from the list of eligible voters. They must then provide physical, documentary proof again to regain their right to vote. This establishes a permanent bureaucratic reality for citizens. citizens must secure and maintain strictly compliant proof of their identity to prevent a database mismatch from terminating their registration. The bill mandates cross-referencing state voter lists against federal systems, like the Social Security Administration, databases containing hundreds of millions of records with varying update cycles and naming conventions. When a clerical mismatch occurs in this massive data exchange, the system flags the voter. For a segment of the nearly 160 million registered voters, this dragnet creates an inevitable cycle of administrative delays and re-verification. Under the structural mandates of the SAVE Act, the right to vote functions as an administratively earned credential, contingent on maintaining a specific, state-approved paper trail.